Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be reviewing a wonderful little supplement that you can soon add to your D&D collection. Actually, you can add it right now, if I'm not mistaken. When was this made? Anyway, hello, welcome back. This is Deathstroke9, and today we're going to be reviewing the Creature Codex for 5th edition. This is a third-party supplement created for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and I believe it was created by Kobold Press, which I guess, is that a third party? I think it kind of is. It's not Wizards of the Coast, so I'm going to say it counts. And this is going to be why you should or should not buy this book, to buy or not to buy, and my 1 out of 10 review of it. So let's just get right into it by showing you this amazing gothic front cover art. There we go. So on the front you've got a lich with a bunch of his undead servants. Now, this was written by a lot of different people, whom have names that I probably cannot pronounce. Wolfgang Barr, Dan Dillon, Richard Green, James Hayak, Chris Harris, James Intricaso, Chris Lockie, Sean Merwin, and John Sautsky. I hope I said those right, but if I didn't, too bad. As always, we shall begin by reading the back. A rampage of new 5th edition monsters. Whether you need scuttling dungeon denizens, alien horrors, or sentient avatars of the World Tree, the Creature Codex has you covered. Now, before we get any further, I would like to say, since my channel is mostly dedicated to Lovecraftian horror, this Creature Codex, other than maybe Mind Flayers in Dungeons & Dragons, this has a lot of very Lovecraftian monsters in it, which I thought was pretty interesting. It has the Shoth, I believe is what one of them are called, which are pretty... Yeah, the Shoth. I don't know if these are in the Lovecraftian mythos, or in the Cthulhu mythos, but everything about them is very, very Lovecraftian, and they're probably highly inspired by it. Then you'll even have stats for the Whisper and Darkness himself within this book, so very useful for Lovecraftian lovers. Now, nearly 400. Now, I'm going to point out a few basic differences between this book and the main monster manual. 400, okay, as opposed to the 300 plus in the monster manual. 400 in this one, almost 400. I would need to count them in the other one to see exactly how close they are. Go look up how many there are, but I think this one has more. Everything from acid ants and grave behemoths to void giants and zombie lords. The Creature Codex includes 12 new demons, 5 new angels, wasteland dragons and dinosaurs, golems including altar flame golem, doom golem, and keg golem, elemental lords and animal lords to challenge powerful parties, chieftains and other leaders for ratfolk, centaurs, goblins, trollkin, and more. New undead, including a special type of lich whose name I can't pronounce, to menace lower-level characters. I personally love that stat block. And much more. Use them in your favorite published setting, populate the dungeons in a world of your own creation. Pick up Creature Codex and surprise your players with monsters they won't be expecting. That right there is what makes this book amazing for me and for anyone out there who's a dungeon master that has been playing for a while and is getting tired of the same old stale monsters. Now, when I run Dungeons & Dragons, I have stopped using the specified stats. I will homebrew stats almost every time for every different encounter so that my players, it'll be close, but my players won't know kobolds have 5 hit points because sometimes they'll have 6, sometimes they'll have 1, so. But coming up with new monsters is a more difficult challenge than simply changing the statistics. A lot of times modifying existing monsters helps, and sometimes you can make up a pretty unique, cool, innovative new monster. Or go on Wikipedia and find some stat blocks for monsters that are not in the normal monster manual. However, this has so many unique and creative monsters. Let me find an example. Now, unfortunately, this also has a few different never usable monsters because they're so Like, how would you ever come up and use this, you know? But, oh, look, there's Lovecraftian. So you got the stat block for the Night Gaunt. Then you've got a little, yeah. So let's see. Necrotic Tick, Mythoblade, Mytholabe, something like that. Moon Nymph, Megapede, Master of Demon Mountain, Mantic, the Barbed King of the Manticores. So one thing that makes this stand out from the normal D&D monster manual, although the D&D monster manual has text blocks that describe their creatures, I personally found the text blocks in the Creature Codex far more inspiring. And I will say that Wolfgang Baur, who I believe is the main author of this, I'm pretty sure he collaborated with a lot of different people, but there is the Tome of Beasts as well. That's the other one that he also made for 5th edition. So I don't have that one. Maybe I'll get it and review it too. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do that, and then I probably will. But there are so many different creative, interesting, well-defined monsters in here that your players won't be expecting, which will just delight them and show them all types of new situations that they would not be able to encounter otherwise. Not all of these are specifically fantasy, too. Some of them are a little bit more, like I said, some of them are a little more science fiction-y. A few of them are horror or cosmic horror, scary. Let's see what else. So many cool monsters in here. So it is set in alphabetical order. You're going to get, let's see, how many pages? You're going to get 419 pages of material, and then some ads. It does not really start off with an introduction or anything. It just starts, and then you've got an alphabetical order. Now for some negative things about it. I really like it, but here are some things that are problematic with it. First of all, I ordered this online. I don't know if everyone's going to experience this problem. I'm going to say I ordered it off of Amazon. Now, it came in the mail with, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I'm looking in it. I really can't see it at all. It's still there a little bit, though. The first, 50 so pages were, glued together. Only at the edges, though. Some pages it was really bad, not all of them. And I had to kind of slowly, carefully pull them apart. For a few of them, I actually had to go to get a knife to get them apart from each other. And that was laborious and really annoying. That alone made me very angry when I first purchased the book. But all in all, it was worth it because I have used many, many different monsters from this book and have gained a lot of inspiration from this book. Like the Master of Demon Mountain, his stat block and his descriptor and his text, all the stuff that goes on about him, I invented an entire scenario based around his character, his personality, and his backstory and the lore that goes into his character. So you're going to find a lot of inspiration in here. It's also made by a third party, which, again, I support independent stuff. I think it's really great that they are able to do this. Thank you, Dungeons & Dragons or Wizards of the Coast, for making the open game license so that they can use the same statistics as they want to. I know that they have a lot of other products. You should probably go check all of them out, but there will be a link to the Amazon version of this in the description. If you want, you can go digging somewhere else on the internet to see if you can find a cheaper version. I'm just going to use whatever one works for whatever one I can find at the time. Let me give this a... So, this book is for you if you are a dungeon master who's getting tired of the stale old monsters and who wants some new inspiration. That's who this book is for. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And I would give it an 8, except for the glue. So, if it probably is an 8 out of 10. I personally found this a very useful resource. I've used it even in non-D&D. I've used it a few times for Call of Cthulhu just from some of these monsters. Obviously, I had to change their statistics to reflect Call of Cthulhu, but the bulk of what you're getting out of this is inspiration and creative, innovative, and crazy new monsters to delight, excite, and dazzle and befuddle your players with. How much was it? Let me check the exact price. I want to make sure I get this right, guys. Please stand by. Yeah, Wasteland Dragons. Yeah, there's even a new type of dragon in this. Creature, Creature, Codex. Anyone else's internet going terrible right now? I feel like they're gonna break the internet with this. This is getting out of hand. So let's see. Do I like this book? Yes, I do. Oh, there's already reviews of it. Well, this is Deathstroke 9's review, so that's much more important than their review. $30? $30? Are you kidding me? All right. So I got the Monster Manual for $50. This is worth it. Okay. 8 out of 10. Go buy it. Should you buy? Absolutely. It's a good buy, good pickup. If you don't play Dungeons and Dragons, then I don't know why you're even watching this video. But yeah. Great book. In case I didn't show you any of the artwork inside, let me see. Here's a Herald of Undeath. He's pretty cool looking. There's dwarves and elves and everything you could possibly hope for in a second monster manual, which is basically what that is. I know Dungeons and Dragons Wizards of the Coast tried to make Volo's Guide to Monsters. I personally didn't love that, especially when I compare it to this supplement. So hop on Amazon, go get it. Link down below in the description. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and go check out some of my other content. Up over here, I'm going to show you some videos that I've made about how to roleplay and how to be a good dungeon master or keeper in Call of Cthulhu, or basically game master in general. We represent the next generation of role players. I guess we kind of represent the current generation too, but I'm trying to get this message out there because I know a lot of people who use YouTube are younger, and I want them to understand what an awesome hobby this is. Every other channel about this, maybe Critical Role, every other channel about this is a bunch of much older people, and I feel like this is a hobby that teenagers like myself, even younger kids, need to start getting into more. It's better than playing video games. It's more creative, and it's just more fun in general. So just hop on over to my channel, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. Deathstroke 9 out.